Hello all, welcome back to the second session of Norton's theorem. Here we'll be dealing with the problem. I'll take a simple problem with a single source, and as we go further we'll make the problems more complicated. So to understand the basics of it, we'll start with a very simple problem. Now here the question is, find Norton's equivalent to the left of the terminals A and B in the network of figure shown below, right? So the question is, you need to find out the Norton's equivalent between the point A and B. So understand that the load resistance has to be connected between the point A and B. We are going to connect the load resistance, if at all we need to connect. In this question it has not been given at all. If you try to connect the load resistance, then according to this question that has to be between the point A and B. So in this question a single current source is given, and there are two resistances which are connected in this fashion. We should find out the equivalent current source between the point A and B and the equivalent resistance between the point A and B. So if you recall the step number 1, when we try to find out the internal resistance or the Norton's resistance, then we should remove all independent sources. So this is an independent source, we have to remove this. And remember that this is a current source, and as per the discussion in the previous video, we know that if it is a current source, then we need to open it. Open it means just remove this, don't do anything, just remove this from this place. So if I remove this from this place, the equivalent circuit after removing this current source will look like this. I hope this is clear. When we remove this current source, the equivalent circuit will look like this: open circuit, current source, and rest of the thing is as it is. And if you try to look back into the circuit from this to calculate the equivalent resistance, so if I start from A and come back to B, then there is no way that I can go like this, because this is open circuit. So the current can move from this end like this and come back to B. So if the current can go from 10 ohm resistance and then 5 ohm resistance, then if you look this, it is a very simple series combination of these two resistances. So Rn or Rin will be like this. From point A to point B, I am having two resistances which are in series to each other. So Rn will be equal to 5 plus 10, which is 15 ohm. So this is the equivalent resistance or Norton's resistance between the point A and B. The second important thing that we need to calculate here is ISC or IN, or short circuit current. Where we need to calculate it? Between the point A and B. So we need to short the point A and B. See here, from the question the load terminals were given as A and B, we have simply short circuited it. First short circuited. After short circuiting it, I need to calculate the current which can go from A to B, or which can move from A to B. This is, I have named it as ISC. So I'll try to solve this circuit or draw this circuit in a very simple manner which you can understand. So these two terminals, if you try to look, these two terminals and these two terminals, or these 2 points, they are one and the same, because there is a simple wire which is a short circuit. So the potential at this point and the potential at this point, both are one and the same. Similarly, the potential at this point and the potential at this point, both are one and the same. So these 2 points, if these 2 points are same, then I can join this point to this point and this point to this point. Okay, so see here what I have done. I have taken this point to this point. This will be very clear now. And this point is taken to this point, right? Is it clear? Okay. So in the next figure, if we see that this current source is in parallel with this resistance, or the new circuit can be drawn like this. See, this current source is in parallel with this resistance, then there is, after these 2 points, there is one more resistance, and through this we need to find out the current. This is the point A and B as it is. So this line or this wire is shown here, A and B, and this is a resistance which was after 10 ohm resistance and connected to point B. 5 ohm resistance here, 5 ohm resistance is connected to B, which was after this point. So the same circuit is drawn here after this point. Okay. If you look back again into the circuit, then this is a current source, 2 parallel resistances, a current source, then we are having a 2 parallel resistances. Then I can simply apply a branch current method here. So the main current that is entering to this node is I, or which is equal to 10 ampere. I have named it as I, and then this will divide into 2 branch currents, I1 and I2, right? And I am interested in I2 because I2 itself is ISC. This is, I have shown for my reference, that there is a current which is entering the node A is I, and it is dividing into 2 currents named as I1 and I2, but I am interested in ISC, and ISC is nothing but I2. So if I apply the branch current says that if you want to find out the current from this resistance 5 ohm, then the formula is I2 equal to the current entering the node multiplied by the opposite resistance from where you don't want to find out the current. So I am not interested in the current which is flowing through 10 ohm resistance. So I multiplied by 10, see here, I multiplied by 10 divided by the combination or the summation of these 2 resistances which are in parallel to each other. So 10 plus 5, very simple formula. So if I put the value of I as 10, because this is the current which is entering to the node, so 10 into 10 divided by 10 plus 5 is 15. So if I calculate this, then the current I2 is around 6.66 amperes, or it can be written as 6.67 amperes also. But we know that I2 itself is ISC. So I2 is equal to ISC, then ISC will be equal to 6.66 amperes or 6.67 amperes. So if I try to draw the Norton's equivalent, then ISC, see here, now the current is moving from A to B, so the current should go from A to B. If the current has to move from A to B, then the current should come from this direction. If the current has to enter to the point A from left to right, then from here the current should move from bottom to top. This is very important. If the current has to move from A to B like this, from top to bottom, then from this side it should move from bottom to top, right? So the current direction is shown from bottom to top, so the current can flow like this, and then it will be from A to B as shown here, because we have calculated the current from A to B. And the parallel resistance is 15 ohm. We have calculated earlier. Rn is 15 ohm, which was here. So this Rn is put up here, which is in parallel with the current source. Now this is the equivalent Norton's circuit between the terminal A and B. I hope that from this example some of the points are clear, how to calculate the current source as well as the Norton's resistance. In the next class we'll see one more circuit where I'll be dealing with the voltage source in the next circuit. So thank you very much, and rejoin the next video.